Hi and welcome back. In this video, I'll be discussing how we can effectively or optimized how we can achieve the optimized usage of free tier of ec2 instance for deploying our projects. As you know, in free tier we have only 1 GB of RAM over the ec2 instance, and we should consume it very wisely. Otherwise, if our Docker containers and all would be huge enough, so it will be consumed within no time, and you will get an error memory consumption full. So let me first of all show you what was the size initially when I have not optimized the images. What was the initial size of the Docker container images? See, these are my earlier when I just started the project and when I created the Docker components, Docker containers and deployed on the EC2 instance. Their sizes was, this is my front end. Front end was consuming 147. Before that also it was consuming 900 MB and now 900 MB. I have reduced that to 197 MB. Backend, it was consuming 701 MB, and this is my database which is consuming 519 MB, and you can see now how much it is consuming. It is this is my front end. This is my front end and it is consuming 147 MB. This is back end. You can see the drastic decrement in the memory consumption. This is my database which is consuming 519 MB. And you can see as well the memory consumption by this all the containers. You can see only 563 MBs of RAM is consumed, and I have remaining 500 MB of RAM, approximately 500 MB RAM for other processes. It is very lightweight images I have created. Otherwise, if you directly implement the containers into the cloud, it will be consuming around 800 to 900 MBs if you don't optimize it. In this video, I will be showing you how to optimize the images so that less amount of RAM will be consumed on the EC2 instance and you would deploy the maximum content of your project. So let us start with this is my coding section. I will show you where actually we need to optimize. So let us start from a database part. This is my Docker file of the database. Actually, my database was consuming more than 300 MBs of my RAM on the EC2 instance. So it was like I was not knowing how to reduce that, because as my project was growing, it was always showing that memory consumption, not enough memory is available for the running the process. So when I surfed on the net, I got this solution, writing the configuration file, and in that configuration file, you just need to disable this one, performance schema. Actually, it was used in the earlier MySQLs, and from MySQL 8, it is not required. And this will be consuming huge amount of memory. And if you turn it off, it will be drastically reduced. Earlier, you can see as Java is consuming my 23%. Earlier, there was a database consuming here 27%. Now it has moved to second place. And due to just writing this one line, you can save your 300 to 200 MBs of RAM on the EC2 instance. This is my Docker file of the MySQL. It is just normal Docker file. I have just optimized here. This is the code for optimization, which will be saving around your 200 to 300 MBs of RAM on the EC2 instance. And then in front end, I have optimized using, see here, if you directly implement this node, it will be consuming around 900 MBs, and it will be totally like your RAM will be not running only, your project will not get deployed on the ec2 instance. Always it will be running out of memory. So first I created the build from node container. I have used multi-stage build. In first stage, I have created the build. You can see here, I have used node as a builder. Then I have copied, I have selected the working directory as a app. I have copied my package.json file to that directory on the container. This is my current directory. That means this one, this is my current directory, and I am going to copy this package.json to current directory. In package.json, all the dependencies are written, and so that we could install that dependencies. And after copying that dependencies file package.json, I just ran the yarn command to install these dependencies which are present in the package.json. And after running this yarn command, all the packages are downloaded. And after that, I have built it on the container itself. That means after this stage is finished, and before starting this stage, all the intermediate containers will be destroyed, and only the build will be copied from node to nginx. And nginx consumes very less amount of memory. You can see here, it consumes only 147 MB. Otherwise, it will be consuming 700 or more than that. When I directly implemented, deployed the React app on the EC2 instance, it was consuming huge amount of memory. And third optimization which I used in the server, this is my Docker file of the server. I have first of all, actually in the infrastructure environment, you cannot implement directly jar file. So you need to create the jar in the container itself, so that it is a part of a continuous integration and continuous deployment part. So on the container only, I have created the jar file. This is the process for creating the jar file. I have used Maven to create the jar, and I am just copying that jar from that Maven container to adopt OpenJDK. Don't use here directly JDK 11. It will be consuming huge amount of memory. And this is very optimized version, and it is efficiency wise also, it is giving, it is not causing me any problem also. And just copy that part to this adopt OpenJDK 11 Alpine version, Alpine JRE. And this is my Docker file. And in Docker file, you can achieve this optimization using volumes. You can save the data of MySQL on the volume so that it is not lost. So in this way, I have managed to consume very less amount in the less amount of memory in the EC2 instance. Otherwise, I would have been continuously failing, as my project is very huge. So it always failed on the EC2 instance. So I need to see the options for optimization. Hope this would be helpful for you. And in next video, I will be giving you demo how to use this Nginx. How to use Nginx as a server, and that too connecting front end with the back end. This is very critical part, and you won't be finding a solution on the internet and all. Thank you very much.